plants. The gentleman from Michigan is recognized for 3 minutes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, today we're going to continue our pursuit of an all-of-the-above energy strategy, taking up legislation to address EPA's pending greenhouse gas rules for power plants, the latest threat by the Obama administration to affordable and reliable energy. And while the President may boast support for an all-of-the-above strategy, their policies have been anything but. The President's approach seeks to limit our energy choices, jeopardizes jobs, raises energy costs, and indeed threatens America's global competitiveness. Our nation has become the envy of the world because of recent breakthroughs unlocking vast amounts of oil and natural gas. But the game-changing developments do not give cause to regulate an entire fuel category out of the mix, gone, especially a resource that comprises today 40% of the fuel that provides affordable electricity for millions of Americans and countless job creators. Given that the U.S. has the world's largest coal reserves and is the largest producer of coal, it should remain a critical contributor to a diverse electricity portfolio for decades to come. And we should proudly embrace that we are the Saudi Arabia of coal reserves. Fuel diversity gives us the flexibility to keep electricity costs low and ensure reliability, particularly for the most vulnerable. As we've heard from many witnesses in hearings, the coal-fired power plant shutdowns already underway pose a serious threat to reliability in many regions, particularly in the Midwest. And that threat will continue to get worse if these shutdowns increase in the years ahead while we limit our options for new baseload power. In sum, fuel diversity gives us a more stable, reliable, and affordable electricity supply. And any threat to coal, including EPA's pending rules, is a threat to that diversity and a threat to affordable energy. I applaud Chairman Whitfield, Senator Manchin, both, for their efforts in authoring a workable, bipartisan, and bicameral approach, working together to EPA's pending power plant rules. Their legislation is a good faith effort that requires a critical check on EPA's misuse of the Clean Air Act to try to accomplish through regulation what was rejected by Congress through legislation. Their approach does not prohibit EPA from setting a standard for new plants, but instead focuses on setting standards that have been adequately demonstrated, a key ingredient missing from EPA's regulatory proposal. Just in the last 2 weeks, as Mr. Whitfield indicated, we have heard testimony from administration officials that carbon capture technologies, which are not yet commercially viable, could increase electricity costs by perhaps as much as 80%. This important legislation provides a role for Congress in setting the effective date for any regulation for existing plants. I yield back the balance of my time.